properties in another area today. Sure enough, the ambience is a lot quieter. You don't get all this traffic noise. You feel a lot more disconnected from the general community. It seems pretty safe in some way. I'm very skeptical about the country because I always think all countries flood, all countries get bushfires, so I'm very skeptical about moving to isolated places because in my experience, they flood, especially around this state. So I'm most concerned about flood, not so concerned about bushfires. I'm lightly concerned about things like tornadoes and cyclones. So, it's not half as big as this one. I think the room is probably 3/4 the size of this room. Actually, it might even be, around 3/4 the size. So I think this room's a little bit bigger. This house is bigger. But whoever is buying the property doesn't really necessarily want a big house, and they have everything that they desire, including something to turn into a guest room, which is separated from the house. And that point was really impressive because I know that they're wanting a guest room just in case relatives want to stay or they want to earn income by anyway. It seems quite nice. They're really into it. They just want to drop this house and run off to the country. They want me to run with them, but I'm not sure if I will. I'll just see how the interview goes on Thursday. If it doesn't go well, this Saturday. If it doesn't go well and they say, oh, sorry, we don't really like your look, we're not going to let you in, there's nothing stopping me really from trying out the country for like 6 months or a year even. But I know it's not smart for me to go into a disconnected area because I don't just need to continue looking for jobs. I also need the amenities of the normal community. I like to just walk down the street, go to a local supermarket, see a doctor while I'm there, And this place, I have no idea where the GP is, but I'm not certain it has a GP anywhere close. I'm not certain I will be able to get Centrelink, which is sort of one of my main streams of income when I'm there. I think before, when I've lived out that far, you can't get government support because it's too far out from government centers, and they don't allow you. Either that or there's no jobs around and they don't expect you to actually work. Anyway, in any case, I could move there, try for 6 months, help have set up the farm, help set up the place in my own little way. Probably be an annoying hangers-on. Last time I moved to the country with my folk, they started to have a hissy fit and I ended up moving out to live on my own. Because I didn't want to be a part of whatever they wanted, and they were changing in an unlikable way, and I said, screw you, I'm packing everything up and going. So, a similar thing could happen where, we go out there and we just moved in and they start acting weirdly like country-like, and usually I get fed up with that kind of attitude pretty quickly and I go, screw you, I'm going to go back to civilization. That could happen, but at the moment it just seems like a fairly nice area. The buildings are old and I would totally get rid of the old tanks and connect the new ones. They want to keep the old tanks and see how they go. No idea what the water's like. We didn't taste it or anything, but can assume that you can probably drink it and use it. But so I could either like go out with them, enjoy the animals, play with the pets that we're going to pick up. I could, but I might, or I could stay behind, let them set up their house for 6 months, and if they're still around, I might visit for a little while if I want to. But I was fully intent on lingering. But I think what I'm going to do is just see how my interview on Saturday goes. If I don't have to be around the community, I don't necessarily have to not to stay, but yeah, but I'm home based right now, so makes I'm not keen on splurging my money to live in someone else's rental. That's my factor, because last time I went broke, and the time before I went broke, last time I went broke, it was very hard hitting. Had to move in with my relatives no matter what, and it made me feel bad that I'd lost all that money on a rental and nothing for myself. So I sort of vowed that I would never rent again, and yet here I am contemplating on renting. Just to stay closer to civilization while they go off to the country. I've applied for raffles and everything to try and set me up with something, but so far no luck. I entered the same sorts of raffles at the end of last year, and I didn't win anything. Not even in the Christmas raffle where you can win like a dozen different prizes. So, but I don't know what I'll do, like, if I end up going to the country with them. It's totally isolated. There's no way that they're gonna drive me back here whenever I want. I would have to catch an Uber or a taxi, because they're just gonna lump themselves around the community and start living in the community and disregard what I think. So if I move out there, I'm going to be isolated too. I'm not going to be able to come back here. If I want to continue looking for work or whatever, I could come back here. I could spend a few months out there while this COVID stuff's around and enjoy country for a little while. And come back, when COVID's no longer around or something. But I don't know. There's all these options that I can do, but I don't know what I should be doing. So I'm just winging it. Gonna wait till the weekend, see what happens. Maybe wait another week. They're not gonna be moving from here for 3 months, so that's how long it takes for things to settle. So it might be 6 months before anyone moves anywhere, but that gives me more time to think of what I should be doing. So there's no rush at the moment, but it's confusing. It's like I sort of do want to live out there for a little while, because I haven't lived on a farm in ages, and I think it'd be fun, and I could make have fun with the animals and see what kind of wild animals there are, which is sort of the things that I like to do for fun. Obviously, if this place goes, I'm not going to be able to live here unless I buy it, which is not likely, because they want like so much that I can't afford. So, I could, go fly away in the country, come back later in the year. I mean, it's only 3 to 6 months, and start again somewhere new, or whatever. Or I could stay here and not go there and just go for a weekend over there to see what everything's like. But I know once they move there, they're not going to move back. They're not going to want to drive back either. So I may just ensure that you can catch taxis from there. Probably take $100 to drive back to civilization. Actually, it might not take so long. It might take 50. So that's not too bad. But the point is, I could help settle them in, ease their scare to have two bees, or I could stay here. I don't know. I have to make up my mind about that in the next however many weeks and months.